Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Torque here, and this beautiful map is Cache. So this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys the callouts in this map. That way, you hop in the game, you're going to be ready and prepared. I'm also going to run over a couple basic smokes. That way you kind of know what you're doing. You're not going to be stuck in with teammates that are just going to be yelling at you, angry, upset, and any of that nonsense. So here we go. So this area here is going to commonly be known as bus or bus stop because of the bus. This area here is called CT lane, and the lane connects you over at B all the way to A. Alright, following ourselves over to A, we're going to go here to what's called truck. Alright, truck is a common angle to hold here. Just be careful of somebody, if you're a T pushing out, being right here. Alright, next we're going to come over here to this little area where you can boost up and can look over. This entire thing is called electrical box, or more commonly the E-box. Alright, so from E-box here you can jump up to this little roof here that people also call E-box. And that's going to give you a good view of this part right here, which is called highway. Now highway opens you up to mid, where you can kind of look around and see. You can also hop up here to this spool or white box, as this is called, and you can take a fight this way, making sure that you're good to go. Now, if you don't feel like going over to highway, you can jump up on the E-box. You can make your way here, and then you can make your way up here to the catwalk, which is also, of course, accessible via ladder. Now catwalk is going to give you a good view of these two positions, which we are going to go over in just a second. Right here, another way to get up to catwalk if you're coming from A main is coming up here and just simply jumping on this yellow. You can get to it all the way over here and all the way over here. You can just jump up to this yellow, and now you're up on catwalk. This spot here is called Shroud. It's outside of A main, and it's called Shroud for this
Hoping
reason.
that they push through the smoke, but they're alternating. Oh no, they're coming back.
iBuyPower cannot afford to make the same mistake they made earlier in the game. 25 seconds left. If the clock runs out on them and they give up overtime, it will be the heartbreak of a generation. Molotov's in, set piece out. Shroud has let them all pass. 1, 2, 3! Oh, Jesus, the last one alive! Oh, that is tied it. They're going to overtime!
Oh my god, huge play by Shroud right there.
Wow, very cool clip. Thank you, NA Counter-Strike. Next, you're going to have this area here, which is A main. A main is complete with other calls such as lockers. You also have this right here that people call A main box because it used to be a box, and I hear people still call it that. You'll commonly find somebody, well, not too common, but from time to time, you'll find somebody sitting here waiting to get a peek out on you. If you come through A main, you make it to what's called A main stairs or A stairs. This can sometimes throw off your teammates, so just be careful with this call. A lot of the times it'll be met in lower ranked lobbies. I've seen people will say, where are the stairs on A? Okay, so just be careful with that. Some of the people that I've coached, they've run into that issue, and just, just kind of try to teach your teammates. They might get mad, whatever. They might call it a stupid call, but this is what it is. It's under the minimap. It's a Valve official call out. All right, next we're gonna have outside A. Alright, I'm not the biggest fan of this call out. I've heard other people call it courtyard. I think courtyard is kind of a goofy call out. But yeah, I mean, this is a decent call. This right here is the T truck or the red truck. And as you see, somebody could get up on top of this and kind of, take a little fight. Or they could hide over here and take a little fight, whatever they want to do. So just be careful with that. Now, if we follow through outside A and we keep on going, we're going to find ourselves over here in what's called the T spawn. Yeah, I know T-spawn is crazy. It's super unique. I've never heard of T-spawn. There's a Geiger counter here. What a crazy, crazy thing to see. All right, so if we're at T-spawn and we are a T, let's say we want to find some callouts that way, well, you'll have to wait for the other half of the video. Because right now we're going to go back through mid, through connector to bus stop. Now, if you're not wanting to take your way A, you can come through here to this spot here called connector. It's also called Z. It's more commonly called Z because of the shape. And that's normally what I hear. I also heard one new player whose friend convinced him it was called N because it is N-shaped. Don't call it N. It is called Z. Z will bring you out here to mid, where you can take a duel either at the mid garage exit here or maybe over here on the boost. Okay, you're going to be able to get out and see onto A. You're going to be able to come over here and maybe take some pics or play a little, you know, maybe a little bit ratty if that's how you're feeling. There is not a way without a teammate to boost up on top of what I normally hear called trailer. But you can stand here. This is commonly called sandbags. I hear this called trailer. And of course, I hear this called vent. Now, this has a breakable door. That's just not there at the moment. And this has a breakable door. That's also just not there at the moment. So it is loud to come this way. And then, on top of that, you'll have to drop. So, if you're a T that's pushing through here, or if you're a CT that's retaking, you just want to be careful of going through the vent. Maybe you want to run distraction for your teammate. That's fine. That would work. Alright, we're up on top of what Valve is calling mid-roof, or what I would call on top of trailer. And now, we're going to go back, you guessed it, to bus stop. Now, our last area we can go as a CT off spawn is going to be B. And we have two ways to be. So this way, we have Bear, appropriately named because of this little guy right here. Alright? He's smiling now. Okay? So we have Heaven as well, appropriately named because you're up in the sky. And you can kind of take your duel, you can kind of check out what's going on site, you can even come out and check out checkers. But this is a bit more of a risky spot at some points in time. Another way that you can take a fight, you can come through CT lane and you will end up in this room, tree room, appropriately named because of the tree. Okay, now sometimes you might find somebody sitting over there and vice versa. You might find somebody peeking you over here, you know, just be careful. But tree room is going to open you up to B, directly to B main, and you can kind of come over here and peek checkers, and then if you're in tree room and you need to rotate, you don't want to hold tree room anymore, you can come over here to what's called headshot. Now headshot is named because only your head's showing, right? So you're going to see something like that. You can come over this way without having to make any noise. You can come up here, and now you're on top of site. Or, if you want to just, you know, crouch jump up there, you can as well. Alright, so then, we're going to notice that this site has got all sorts of little angles you can hold, as well as you can run boost from here back into heaven with a teammate. So that's good to know. Now, if you are up here, maybe you're playing heaven and they molly deep, or maybe there's a guy coming in behind you. Oh, you want to make it to sight? You can just simply take a little jump there, take no damage, and you're on site now. And you can take your fights, and you can live happily ever after, and you can win the round. Okay? So now those are the callouts for the CTs side of the map. Okay, now let's say that you're on the T side. Again, you spawn over here in T spawn. You're going to make your way this way you're going to see outside A, you're going to see outside B, you're going to see red truck, you're going to see garage. Okay? So these are your paths that you can take. This map is a bit of a what's called a 4-square setup, similar to some other maps in the map pool at this moment. So what you're going to be able to do, you're going to be able to take different ways. There's 3 lanes realistically to take. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with B, and we're going to work our way over to A. So we're going to come through here outside of B, this beautiful area here, call it outside B. We're going to look nice crane. You could hit a crane shot, you know, maybe. We're going to walk our way this way to an area called the B halls. Now B halls connects to this room here. It connects over here to this room here, and it will take you to B main, which will lead to checkers or onto site. So you have quite a bit of wiggle room on where you may want to go. Now, if you decide, hey, I want to come in and I want to throw some of the smokes I learned from Coach Torque, I'm going to come this way. I'm going to come into what's called Sunroom. Now, in Sunroom, I'm going to be able to throw my smokes. I'm going to be able to set up my team for success. And I'm going to have a good game. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be cleared. All right? So what you can do, you can have your teammate kind of hold checkers for you. Maybe if you guys got a smoke, you can smoke her off. You're going to make sure that however you can, your checkers is clear. Maybe you took your duel, maybe you took your fight, maybe you guys snuck up here and they don't even know you're here. Then you're going to come over here. You're going to be able to throw your util. You're going to come right here. You're going to aim here. You're going to right and left click. You're going to jump throw. And you're going to be able to smoke off tree room. Right? Just like that. Now if you come over here and you're like, hey, you know, I don't want that heaven guy to get me. All right, you come right here in between these two. You're going to aim right over here in this jumbled mess here. And you're just going to simply left click throw. Now that's going to land. Maybe you'll have to take a fight here at checkers or here at checkers. But you're smoked off there and you were smoked off there. Once again, I'll show you what that smoke looks like. We're going to come over here. We're going to get lined up right here, stuck here. We're going to look at this part of the door. We're going to right and left click, jump throw. And it's going to simply land right there in the middle. And just like that, nobody can sneak through the smoke into headshot. Our heaven will probably be smoked. We're going to get onto site. We're going to plant that bomb. We're going to live happy, healthy, and win the round. Okay, so next, what we're going to be able to do, let's take it over this way. If we say, hey, you know, let's go B. Oh, snap. Both of our entries already died. We're rotating out. We're going to take it this way. We're going to come over to this room, which is called useless. Now we're going to make useless not so useless with this smoke here. So we're going to come over here. We're going to line up right here. We're going to look at this little loop and we're going to aim anywhere from right here and up. We're just going to make sure that we're avoiding landing on that roof there. So we're going to aim up and we can go as high as right about here and still be able to throw it. So it's a pretty easy throw. You're just going to aim, you're just going to let go. And now that's going to smoke highway. So maybe our team wanted to make it, you know, a little fake. We're going to go back. We're going to go through vent. We're maybe going to have a guy go up through connector. We're going to take our fights. We're going to take our duels. We're going to win them. We're going to get onto site. We're going to plant the bomb. We're going to win the round. So just like that, there's another smoke for you. From right here, you just aim right about here. You're going to take it. You're going to just let go. As simple as that. All right, now, useless is going to bring us in to garage. Now, garage, once again, will open up to T-spawn. So we could come from T-spawn, we can come straight to garage, and we can pick, hey, do we want to say never mind and let's just take it A? Hey, do we want to say never mind, let's just take it B? Or we can come out here and we can peek out mid. Okay, now mid is going to once again give us choke points to go through to get to each site. But mid control is always important to stop a rotate, to block a rotate. So if we take our guy out connector and we walk our way up here. We made it up. We're good to go. Now we have con. Now we're holding over here, and our teammates are going up highway as we speak. There's 2 guys over here. There's 2 guys over there. We killed the guy here. Now, oh, we take our duel. Boom, we take our duel. Now, it's a 2v5. We're taking the site. We're winning the round, and we're good to go. So something as simple as that is perfect. And that, paired with your useless smoke over the highway, will get your teammate up in the connector pretty easily. Now, if you say, hey, you know, I don't feel like going garage, well, that leaves us 2 more options to get to A site. So we come past the red truck, we say hello, we come over here, and we make it over to A stairs. Now we can come up A stairs, and we can take our duel. We can check locker, take our duel. We can check quad, take our duel. We can check truck. We can check heaven. We can check forklift. And we can check barrels, or sometimes called toxic. Now, when we do that, we can make our way over to what's called default, because there are common plant spots here. This area is also called MBK. And this area, once again, is called quad. So if we decide, hey, I'm not feeling brave, I want to kind of let my teammates do their thing, I'm coming through this area. This is called A-holes right here. This is called A-holes right here. Once you pass this threshold here, we're now in squeaky. Squeaky, appropriately named because of the door. Okay, and we can take our fight out squeaky. We can come this way. We're good to go. We're taking our fight. We take our fight corner. We take our fight quad. We watch out for truck, and we get the bomb down. Just like that. Easy peasy. You're in. You're out. You're done. That's your round win. Okay, and now one thing I want to show some of you newer players is that when you're in a private match, or you're in a casual match, or you're in even a competitive match, you can come over here where it says no map guide, and you can click down and you can get official map guides. You can find the workshop and find a map guide off there, or like I've done here to show, you can download map guides again off of the workshop. So what we're going to do here, we're going to use this 25 plus easy smoke guide. Okay, now I've already learned this smoke. I know my smokes for this map, but for the sake of demonstration, we're going to come over here. We're going to line up right here and see, oh, what's this? We're not lined up perfectly. So we come here and we aim right up here for a smoke for A main. So we'll come over here, we'll line up there. But now there's more than one way to skin a cat. So what I'll do, I come up right about here, make sure I'm distanced, and then I'll go right in between these two, and I'll just accomplish the exact same thing. And now from here, I'll also have lined up right here, of course. I'll go over to this part of the roof, I'll hold down, and I'll smoke squeaky as well. So, lucky for us, there's 2 smokes that we can throw from the one spot, and it's very helpful for when we're trying to buy ourselves some time. If we're trying to keep the T's from pushing on either choke point, maybe we're focusing on mid, we think, you know, there's 3 mid, we don't want to have anybody coming at us from the back angle, or if you just want to use one at a time, that's perfect as well. So again, what we'll do, I'm going to turn off this smoke guide, we're going to come right here, we're going to line up right about here, we're going to aim in between these 2 on this line. We're just going to simply let go, and then we're going to come here, we're going to aim right about here, and again, simply just let go. And just like that, we've got ourselves a pretty good smoke setup. Okay, now over here, another CT smoke that we have. We'll come right here, we're going to line up right in the middle of this here, and we're just going to look at this line, and we're going to let go. As simple as that, and that's going to cover us up. The only thing you'll have to worry about, maybe a T comes right here, and can kind of see over, but you're going to see that sucker first. Another smoke that we have is going to be for checkers. Now, this smoke is a bit harder, and it might take some time to learn, but what you're going to do, you're going to line up with this rod right here, and you're going to go just until your character goes vertical. So boom, right there. Now we're going to base it off of this post here, and we're going to line up right about there and let go. As simple as that. So it does take a little bit of time to get right, and maybe sometimes you'll throw it wrong, but that again is going to be a nice little checkers cover, and maybe you'll get both sides covered. And you don't even have to show yourself for this. Most other checkers smokes I've seen, you've had to show yourself. With this one, you're good to go. So you'll just line up with the corner here. You'll work your way up until you're right about there. Once again, it may take some practice. It's a bit of a difficult one to throw. But if you can just get up, you can go aim right about the middle. Throw that sucker. And you're good to go. These smokes are going to be for the A site. So what you're going to do, you're going to come over here in this barrel. You're going to lock yourself in. You're going to aim right here. And you're going to go over just a tad. Now, when we jump throw, we're going to be able to hit MBK right here. So if we're entrying, we're going to be in a pretty good spot to take our duels, to get onto site, and then even see what we got going on over here at quad. Right now, if you are like, hey, you know, I want to have a different kind of smoke, we're going to come right here. We're going to line up right here. And we're simply just going to go over. I like to think of it in between these two clouds. We're going to go down and we're going to line up our indicator with this guy right here. About halfway to the 1x mark should the corner of that wall be, or that roof. And we're just going to simply let go. And just like that, we're going to have ourselves a pretty good cross smoke. Now, it might take a second for it to fill out, but we're going to be in pretty good shape here. So, if you want to take your fight quad instead, you can come this way. You can plant it in BK, and you'll just have to be careful right here of anybody that might be trying to get your bomb planter. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of Cache. Maybe if you're new, it's your first time seeing the map. I would love to hear any suggestions you guys have for future videos. Like I said, I am trying to put out videos every Sunday, but right now I've been injured and it's been a little hard to consistently put anything out there. But this beautiful map will be introduced July 6th. So get ready, start practicing your lineups, courtesy of Coach Torque. Start taking some strats, start running up your playbook, and start winning your Premier matches. Remember, the first 2 weeks of Premier are going to be super sweaty, so just have fun with it. If you got anything that's stressing you out, if you got any frustrations, just put them aside, play the game, and rank up. You may get some crappy teammates, you may have some friends playing like dog shit, but just remember, it's just a game, and the next match, you're gonna win it, and you're going to rank up. With that being said, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit a like, subscribe. It'd be great for my channel growth. And if you want any other new content just like this, I'll be happy to make it. Leave it down in the comments if you have any suggestions, and I'll see you guys next time.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and